Thank you for joining me in this week's art vlog. With preparations for COVID materials, I am sorry that this is a little brief, but please subscribe and stay tuned. I have had on my board now for a few months to get a few smocks made. I do prefer the sleeveless loose smock pattern. Here I am using a pattern I have used a few times, though I find the neckline is a little large. I have noted it on the pattern as I feel I forgot that part before. I am using the Reconstructing History pattern called Bathhouse Babes. I would not recommend these patterns on principle, as I've had a great deal of difficulty with them in the past, but this one is fairly simple and straightforward. This pattern is cut from 100% linen acquired at thefabricstore.com, which I highly recommend. All seams are felled. The next project that I worked on recently was a new mask pattern. I've been looking at the ones online with a scarf attached. I had two made with this new pattern. The face pattern is more fitted to the face, but yet allows more space out front to breathe, and the elastic reaches behind the head. Also, the scarf ties in the back. I really wanted some sturdy cotton fabrics, something fun and bright. Each mask has 4 layers of cotton, and the scarf is a single layer. So this is the mask pattern I'm going to use today. I have redesigned it a little bit to fit me a little bit more comfortably. I'm going to use 4 layers of fabric. So, well, 8 layers of fabric technically. This and this will be married together, and this will be married together. And then they will be sewn together. And there's 2 in each pin, so 2, 4, 6, and 8. I'm gonna sew those together and I'll be right back. Okay, I have taken 2 together and 2 together, and I have sewn them along the nose mouth area, and I have gone ahead and pressed them. I've used a medium stitch around a 3, and what I'm going to do here is, let's see, I like to do it from the nose side. So this is the nose side. I like to match nose to nose, and I'm going to turn one right side out, and we're going to match right side to right side. But I'm going to go and I'm going to press this real quick. So with a pressing, it makes a big difference in how it comes together. So we're going to match insides to insides. And when you do this, something to pay attention to, excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat, is you're going to press one seam one direction and one seam the other direction. And the reason that you do this is because you're trying to close that seam so that when you have it together when you wear it, you're not getting air through the holes of your stitching. It just really makes a big difference. So one to one side, you can see that, one going the opposite direction. And then I just use a clip and I clip them. Because I don't want to put more holes in the fabric, I actually don't want to use pins. I learned that the hard way the first couple masks I made. Now you can see that on one of them I've actually stitched it. I got kind of lazy and I didn't finish, but it is better if you stitch your two layers together. It just makes it come together easier because then you're not fighting the layers of fabric trying to buckle. But it is a personal choice. I don't say you have to do it. It's just a recommendation. You're going to see that there's a little bit, because they're exactly the same size, when you marry this many pieces of fabric together, you are going to have buckling. It's not always going to line up 100% correct. So you just have to ease it in, be patient with yourself. Don't be in too big of a hurry. It will come together just fine. Okay, now I'm going to sew all along this edge. Okay, I'm not going to sew these end pieces because I need to be able to turn it right side up. Okay, so I have my mask sewn. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over to the ironing board, and I'm actually going to iron all these seams flat from the inside. I have a little bamboo chopstick. It's my favorite tool for coming in and just pushing on the seams from the inside. Can you see what I'm doing? Pushing on the seams from the inside. What that does is it helps me go back with the clips and kind of press it, because I'm going to go iron this. And sometimes, those of you who've sewn a little bit know that sometimes when you turn it and then you go to press it, the seam has turned a little bit and it doesn't lay very flat. Not to mention that that's extremely irritating. Now I'm going to go back and iron these, but this just helps the process. Okay, so I have gone and ironed these down. Now I'm going to go do some top stitching and stitch those down. And I'll be right back. Okay, so now comes the elastic part. Now I know that I want a continuous elastic that goes all the way around my head, because I get really bad ear fatigue from elastics. So I'm going to turn this in. Something that you should know about elastics is you don't actually want to go all the way to the corner, because what that does is it prevents this part from laying flat on the skin. And you really need that elastic to lay flat on the skin, or it will have that weird gap that you can see sometimes when people wear masks and it's not getting a good seal. Okay, so I'm going to take this triangle that I have hemmed and cut, and I have cut this on the bias. So you can see that this is cut on the bias, so it has stretch, and it's got stretch both directions, okay? And I've done that on purpose because I want to get as much comfort as possible from this scarf. Got nice coverage. I still can be heard. You can still hear me. It hides the smile a little bit more, but I wear my hair up a lot, and this style is going to work perfect. The elastic is just right. It keeps everything tight all the way across. It's 4 layers. I can breathe just fine. I actually have a little bit of room up front that I can breathe, so it's not pressing up against the face. This part is pressing, but this is giving me that tight seal. I did not put a nose piece in here, and it is flush against the skin. If you put it on the bias and you stitch it right, it'll stay really tight to the skin. I've experimented with jersey fabric, and that works well too. What I like about this is that I can kind of take it off and tuck it under and have a stylish scarf to go with my outfit. I am actually going to make a couple different kinds of this and try out some more different fabrics, but I wanted to show you this because this is really easy to do, and I think it was a quick video that I could just do real quick and show you what it looks like. Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the art room. So it is a very bright and sunny day, and I have a full day ahead of me. I am going to completely rearrange the front end of my sewing room. I'm going to move my treadle to a new wall. I'm going to put a bookcase in here, and I'm just going to rearrange a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not really going to make anything today, but I will give you a tour when I'm done, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I redid my art room again today. I actually moved my sewing machine to be in front of the door, and I moved my art table closer into the corner so I could put things underneath a little bit easier, and that gives me a little bit of room here, so I can get to the window, and then also because I want to store my light boxes over here. I just think it would be better for the lighting to have them over here more frequently. I'm actually going to angle this table a little bit closer over that direction so I can put my iron on that shelf over there. I wanted to show you really quick. I got some awesome scrap fabric this weekend. So any of y'all who use Facebook Marketplace, I really encourage you to get free sheets if you can. These are brown, they're 100% cotton, and they're sateen. They have a wonderful texture. I am not big into brown, but I am totally gonna make something out of this brown cotton fabric. I just don't know what yet. And then I found this fun blue print and then a checkered print. And I also got this scrap stuff at Walmart, and it's got this beautiful texture to it. I'm just in love with it. And this whole stack, this is going to be a natural form era dress. And I have a sheet under here that has this lovely lace trim. It's a twin, so there's not a lot of it, but I think there's enough to do that front piece in that front piece of the skirt that you would see, but then you wouldn't see the rest of the dress or the rest of that skirting. So that's what I'm going to use that for. So I just wanted to give you a heads up that I changed things. That's pretty much today. I have to fold tons of laundry still. This is scrap fabric too. You know, the other thing, I've got a weird idea is, I don't know, I'm contemplating making a flannel winter dress with this because it goes around the whole bottom of the flat sheet, and I think that would be really cool at the bottom of a skirt. What do you think? Why don't you leave me a comment below and let me know.